Hey guys, so I try to keep these things very positive and not negative, but let's talk about this one idea I've had for a while, and I saw a news article come up. Drone armies, 3D printed drone armies. So this guy who's the head of the Transhumanist Party in America, and he's actually running for the US presidential campaign. His name is Zoltan Istvan, cool name. So he wrote a nice article on this topic. The general gist is that for a very limited capital outlay, you can actually 3D print, weapons, drone weapons, $100 drones, and make thousands of them. So the fact that that technology exists and it's that cheap, it means that terrorist dickbags around the world are gonna inevitably use an army of drones to make an attack. I have this doomsday kind of attack concept in my mind. I don't know where it came from. This is fucked up. But the idea that you could basically take out all world leaders and celebrities within the space of an hour. All you need to do is have it autonomously fly directly to the target using facial recognition. So you just need an onboard camera and train it with all the Google images that are available online, and it just flies at them. So these things would be 3D printed for cheap, released autonomously around the world. They'd fly around, a good half hour, an hour. When they find their target through facial recognition, they fly directly at them, overheat the battery and explode. Now in the Vice article, Zoltan was talking about, amending the laws in the Constitution to try and prevent this thing, but you can't prevent it. The only way to prevent it is to essentially create your own drones. I mean, there are already some of these quadricopter drones that can fly, 100 kilometers an hour, so humans can't intercept them. You need other drones that are kind of flying around as like your Secret Service protection. And so I think what that means is like the moment that first attack happens, all the other world leaders and celebrities will essentially like create their own, army drones to constantly protect them and look for incoming threats. Then we end up in this bizarre world where everyone has, thousands of drones following each other, and they're just like constantly littering the sky looking for threats and like everywhere. And that's really the perfect example of a double-edged sword of technology. This is why I don't like, bringing up these future imaginations of negative futures, because they're kind of like downers when there's positive equal opposite ones. Because obviously the positive of having drones cheap and everywhere is things like, on-demand delivery, rescue missions, monitoring the atmosphere, real-time video, all sorts of stuff. And that's really something a lot of politicians and people miss, is that with these new technologies like 3D printing guns and biohacking and drones and stuff like that, when you try and censor them or ban them or regulate them, that's actually the because then all you're doing is really forcing it underground, which just makes it more of a tacky, illegal operation, and you don't know what's actually happening and what the state is at. Because when a rogue individual can print a bioweapon or an army in their garage, the only thing that can stop that is the good guys tinkering and hacking away in the same way as a firewall, as a protection against that. It's like the body's immune system and the the eternal battle between the white blood cells and bacteria trying to get an equilibrium. And so you can't just say no, stop being naughty bacteria. It doesn't work that way.